main thing everyone want to talk about.
All
Lakers.
right. Well, then let's go ahead and open it up and get right to it. The Lakers right now are currently the number 2 seed in the West, ahead of the Denver Nuggets. Really, they kind of tied because the Nuggets I think have played 2 more games than them. But the Lakers are currently 39-21. The second seed in the West. They're 11 games back of the Thunder. Nobody's going to catch them. Thunder are on pace to have, I think, the highest point differential in NBA history. So that's incredible. But the Lakers have won 7 straight. They're 8-2 in their last 10. They are playing very, very well at home this year. They're 24-7, but they've struggled a little bit on, in away games. Luka and LeBron have played very, very well. They've meshed very, very well. Their defense has actually gotten better since Anthony Davis has departed from the Lakers. Pavy, what do you think of J.J. Redick and the job that he's done? Obviously, coming into this, we all had our doubts, and I would say we all were wondering, like, all right, you gonna take JJ, no, real, resume, and have him hop in. Obviously, him and LeBron, I think that was the longest job interview ever for JJ. That was like a nice little 12-hour long job interview worth of podcast for JJ Redick. But what do you think of his job coaching the Lakers? I see Lakers fans, I feel like every day now, since the Lakers got Luka, I see a different video of Darvin Ham telling somebody to salute, or gee, did you see that clip of Pat Bev talking about Darvin Ham?
No. What do you say?
Bro, he said that the man Darvin Ham, right? It was one time. You remember that time when he was on the sidelines and he was writing up a play, and everybody was just looking like, "What the fuck is he doing?" And they were just standing. And they would no. But they was all standing there looking confused for like a minute though, right? Pat Bev said he just wrote the lineup on the whiteboard, didn't write no X's and O's, and told them to go out and keep playing, bro. So Lakers fans are rejoicing. Pavy, talk to me about JJ Redick and what you think.
I think obviously he's done. I think he's done probably a better job than what I don't want to say anybody expected him, because even like watching this pod, I mean, he seemed to be like a very knowledgeable guy. So I think and even when you saw when the season started, like some of the actions that you saw them running, you hadn't seen him running. Like they definitely were, moving around a lot more. You saw LeBron off ball a lot more. And then bringing over Luka, I think everybody. I still think that the 7-game win streak, like again, they have been, losing some leads. I forget who they played the other night. Oh my God, the Clippers game, they lost the lead, but they still won. They led the whole way. And it was a game right after that where like they lost the lead, but they still led pretty much the whole way. So they're still working out some things, but I mean, they look great. They look great, and I think that, and the fact that he has a familiarity with Luka, obviously, because he did play with Dallas. I even remember Luka being on his pod, so he has a familiarity and I want to say a affinity for his game. Also, got to remember Luka's coming back off injury, right? So his first couple games, and also come back off like a lower leg injury. His first couple games, like he was getting some rhythm, and now the last couple games, you see what it really looks like when Luka's out there playing. And you got to give credit to really defensively what he's been doing. Like even the game against Jokic, when they did something that like I don't want to say they cracked the code with Joker, because I don't know if you can crack the code on him, but I think there was a stat where like once he gets in the paint, he's shooting like 80%. So his idea was like do everything you possibly can to not let him get in the paint. So they were having people pick him up full court and like pretty much denying them from getting anywhere below the free throw line. And you saw them have success and finally beat the Nuggets, who they hadn't beaten. I think it was like 10 straight games, I think it was. So he's definitely doing some things differently. And again, you got Luka and Braun out there. You got two of the best playmakers ever. And they've had guys out. Rui hasn't been there. Austin Reeves has been hurt. Reeves has also been playing great. Jackson Hayes is looking like Tyson Chandler. Jackson Hayes is looking like the player that he was drafted to be when you drafted him in the lottery. You think it's getting like a Tyson Chandler type of guy. And he may have like a Tyson Chandler career arc. Like I think if we remember Tyson Chandler when he left the Bulls, like he was kind of like in that whatever type of range. Like he wasn't really. Granted, came in young. He left at about 22. I think his career high at that point in time, if I'm not mistaken, was like 22 points or something like that. But he wasn't looked at or thought of the way Tyson Chandler was looked at and thought of after he went to New Orleans and played with Chris Paul and then went to the Mavericks and then won Defensive Player of the Year when he was with the Knicks. Not saying Jackson Hayes is going to do all of that, but I do think he's having the best season he could possibly have since Luka came over with, just being able to be a lob. I think he had 18 points in the first half the other day. And that's obviously the people that you got passing the ball. So Reddick is doing a great job, and I'm excited to see it continue throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah, I actually, but you didn't give your grade.
B plus, B plus. I mean, I'm not gonna give him an A. Obviously, they aren't the number one seed, and I do think that they had some issues somewhere in the middle of the season. But I'm gonna say B plus. I mean, granted, you still have Luka, and LeBron James. I don't want to say it should be easy because it shouldn't be easy, but you still got Luka and LeBron.
I kind of disagree with that. I'm gonna give JJ Redick an A plus. I think JJ Redick this year has by far and away, to me, been the best coach in the NBA, and I'm gonna articulate this very. We can argue after this, but just let me get my point off. I'll let you spew your takes. Let me get my take off. I believe JJ Redick is the coach of the year. Number one, you didn't know coming into this season what type of LeBron James you would actually be getting. And I believe that he's elevated and helped to elevate LeBron's play just by helping them to play smarter basketball. Like the Lakers, for the past, I believe since they let go of Frank Vogel, have essentially been playing against themselves for the most part on offense. Like I think he simplified a lot of what they did, and then created a lot of small wrinkles in the back doing simple things. Whereas a person like Darvin Ham was just going out there saluting them and trying to be a good motivator. JJ is a very, very strategic. I was watching a backstage Lakers clip today where JJ was sitting with his staff and they were going over all types of different analytics, and he was talking about different types of coverages that he wanted to play before the game, and how he wanted to defensively focus in and key in on certain shots, kind of like what you spoke about with Jokic. And I believe that, to me, that has lifted LeBron James' play because you have a brilliant basketball mind drawing up the X's and O's. Third point, I believe that the Lakers this year are the defensive team. It's crazy that even since the AD got traded away, that they've become the defensive team that I believe that they could have been or they haven't been since they won in the bubble. I also think that he's been working with a lot of spare parts and made them be very, 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 very good this year. I think getting rid of D'Angelo Russell was his call. So I give him a fourth piece of credit for that. And I also think Austin Reeves' elevation, I credit to JJ as well. Austin Reeves played very, very well last year, but it would be very, very easy for him to come in and try to switch up what AR is doing. But instead, they've leaned in and given Austin Reeves the ball more. And they're the second seed in the West. I did not foresee this coming with or without Luka Doncic. So that's how I feel about JJ. A+ coach of the year, undoubtedly to me. And if you want to say Kenny Atkinson, no. They had a very, very good team. They had a very, very good team last year.
Lakers had a good team last year too.
Who had a better team last year? The Lakers or the Cavaliers?
About even.
You a fucking lie.
It was about even. It was about even.
Dog, bro, it's fucking incredible.
It was literally about even.
It's incredible how I won't talk to you about basketball for a long ass time, and then we'll start talking about basketball, and then you come here with this shit, and now I gotta start turning up. Gee, I didn't even expect. I'm sleepy. I'm taking a